Hey guys, it's Amanda. How you doing? I watched a video the other day by Hannah Louise Poston where she limited herself to using just one palette for 5 days, which I thought was a great idea, so I wanted to do the same thing. I think it's pretty good, especially if you have something that you haven't used in a while and you're not sure how to get back into it, to kind of force yourself to do something like that. I find that putting limits on yourself can paradoxically sometimes lead to greater creativity. It's similar to like when you have a deadline and you do everything the night before. Like, it's a lot easier to work with it if you know that like this is it, like there's no other chances here. So I picked the mini Lila palette by Natasha Denona, which I picked up a couple of months ago, and I haven't used it as much as I was hoping that I would. So I thought, you know, by doing this, maybe I can get into it a bit more and see what I can do with it. So full disclosure, I don't actually wear makeup every single day, so I didn't do this 5 consecutive days, but it's like the 5 days from a certain point that I wore makeup, if that makes sense. So I'm just going to show you what I did with it. So for day 1, I did this look with Flint and Raisin, which I really enjoyed doing. But to be honest, I realized I could have done it with either the Modern Renaissance palette or the Jeffree Star Androgyny palette also. So it kind of really showed me how many dupes I already have in my collection, which is never a great feeling. Apart from the palette, I also used the MAC Current Liner, which is a great match for Raisin, which was something that I didn't know, so I'm happy that I discovered that throughout this week. Day 2, I went for kind of a basic look, really. I went for linen on the lid, Flint in the crease, and then a bit of Raisin underneath my eye. I wasn't super impressed with myself for this one, and it kind of made me think like, oh, is this palette really going to be enough for 5 days? Like, am I just going to do the same look 5 times over? So day 3, I went for this look using linen all over the lid and then Poison Berry in the outer corner, kind of blended out towards my temple. And though it is kind of similar to the first look in terms of placement of the shadows, I did enjoy it, and I like playing around with different finishes and different colors to kind of create something new. For day 4, I used Poison Berry and Blue Dahlia, and I'm aware that it looks a tiny bit messy, and I would love to tell you that that was on purpose, but it wasn't, unfortunately. It's just because I was experimenting with placement, and while I did enjoy the placement that I found, I just don't really think that these 2 shades worked for it. So apart from the palette, I also used Stilla's Into the Blue, which is a liquid eyeshadow that I bought ages ago and I haven't really used it, which was disappointing. It was good to discover that it was a great base for Blue Dahlia, and hopefully it will help me kind of use it a bit more. And then today, day 5, I've used Raisin all over my lid and then a bit of Blue Dahlia, again with the Stilla liquid eyeshadow underneath my eye. I don't know if I think that they work that well together, but hey, it washes off at the end of the day, right? So all in all, I did really enjoy this experiment. I think if I was going to do it again, I would kind of choose a palette that's just a bit bigger, because this only has 5 shades, and though they're all different, I feel like these 2 and these 2, they kind of come off very similarly in the pan. On the eye, they actually don't look that similar, but I feel like when looking at it, it's just, it doesn't really jump out at you what you could do differently with those 2 pairs, if that makes sense. Having said that, if I wasn't trying to come up with something different every day, I think that these 5 shades would be perfect. And I think the next time I go traveling, I'm going to try and go against my natural instinct of being like, oh, I need all of my palettes, and I'm just going to bring this one or something similar. Just to kind of like let myself relax and be like, okay, I don't need to like have a new super elaborate eye look every single day. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed that little experiment as much as I did. If you did, feel free to like this video and subscribe, and I will be back next Monday with a new video. Bye.